As you would be aware of if you have seen Andor Episode 4 that premiered yesterday night, and if you have also seen my breakdown revolving around the episode and complete analysis of it, you would of course be aware of some critical details that possibly mean that some Legends content and characters are canonized. Starting off with the less obvious one, we have the Rakata. During their confrontation, Luthen Rael and Cassian Andor discuss about the payment and the job that Luthen is employing him on, thinking of working with Vel in order to raid an Imperial garrison. However, this is unbeknownst to Cassian at the time of this encounter. We see that Luthen Rael delivers and gives Cassian with a somewhat damaged kyber crystal, a blue in coloration that was possibly a fallen Jedi that he had recovered from the remnants of Order 66. However, this is highly contestable, as many of the Jedi's lightsabers that were found in the Jedi Temple were burned in public offsprings, renouncing the Jedi and bringing in the new golden age of the Sith and the Galactic Empire. However, Luthen Rael states that this kyber crystal signifies a beacon of hope for the Rakatan invaders who invaded the galaxy over 30,000 years prior to the events of the Battle of Yavin and the events taking place in this series. This canonizes the Rakata technically, as the Rakata were an ancient warmongering species that subjected the galaxy into a temporal and millennial will that nearly succeeded in dominating the entire galaxy. It was stated that it signified hope within the heart of lost people. He very well could be referring to the tribe of the original Jedi and the ancient Sith Lords that emerged on Tython, two groups devoted to the Force, who in the Force Wars saw the defeat of the dark side sect known as the Sith, and the rise of the Jedi. The Jedi were noted to be the greatest, along with the Republic, galactic powerhouse after the events of the Rakata, and means that the Jedi's origin story is now officially exported into Star Wars canon. Now, the more obvious and far more random and tremendous one that I would like to anoint your mind with is the fact that we see Starkiller, not Starkiller in the flesh, but we see the remnants of what appears to be his armor. In the Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition, we see Starkiller don a horrible set of iron armor, it appears, possibly Durasteel or maybe even Beskar, along with his Sith Crimson lightsaber. He goes on to participate in the Battle of Hoth and many ensuing battles throughout the Galactic War between the Rebel Alliance and also between the Galactic Empire. During the events of this episode, we can see that in Luthen Rael's antique shop, which Mon Mothma fakely visits under the guise she is picking up a birthday present for her husband, we can see clearly in the background not only the mask of potentially the Kel Dor Jedi Master and one of the most powerful masters in all of Star Wars, Plo Koon, but we can also see the Starkiller's armor, his iron armor that we saw in the original Force Unleashed games. The Force Unleashed games being a widespreadly loved game around the globe and widely considered to be one of the most successful Star Wars games, following the story of Galen Merrick himself. And there is another possibility regarding this, and instantly analysing it. I also turn to the possibility that it could be Tulak Hord. Tulak Hord being famed for being the greatest lightsaber duelist to ever live in Star Wars. Tulak Hord was noted by Kreia and many others as the greatest lightsaber duelists of the ancient Sith, where many truly great lightsaber duelists still live. Tulak Hord is one of my favourite Sith, but Starkiller is also one of my favourite dark side acolytes, and I would very much like to see him in the ensuing events of Andor. However, Lucasfilm is currently yet to announce whether they have canonized these two subjects, that being the Rakatan invaders, and the Sith apprentice and later Master Starkiller under the tutelage of Darth Vader. Starkiller was able to fight against Darth Sidious, one of the most powerful Sith Lords in the history of its order, and die. Despite this, he was able to achieve wonders with the Force, achieved and feat and accolade that only few have achieved, such as Grandmaster Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa Solo, Jaina Solo, and Darth Caedus, three of the most powerful beings in all of Star Wars history. I would deeply like to see Starkiller's lore increase in this, and in my opinion, this could be Disney's redemption arc, as it is possible they are implementing Starkiller's armor from the Force Unleashed games in order to see the eyes of the fans in their views change. People know that the fans love Starkiller and is widely considered to be one of the most popular and well-loved Star Wars characters across the entire fan base. This could be Disney's ploy, an attempt to regain fame by bringing in and having a small detail revolving around Starkiller and Plo Koon, as well as hinting at the possible Rakatan invaders. Further analysis, which technically, if we're basing it on Disney's past works, canonizes them in the Star Wars galaxy. What did you think of this rather short video? Do you think that we will see more unfold on Starkiller or potentially the Sith Master and greatest lightsaber duelist of all time, Tulak Cord? In the event of this show, do you think we will see any other references to any other intriguing elements within this TV series, such as potentially seeing a flashback from one of the deceased Jedi during the events of Order 66? Or seeing the events of another ancient flashback, such as possibly the Yuzong Empire invading the Star Wars galaxy as a precognition, or the original Jedi reawakening on Tython. However, this is highly debatable, and I doubt that it will happen at all. Anyway, acolytes, tell me what other references we will see in the comments below. I bid you farewell, and I wish you luck with all your bombing raids on the Imperial Galactic Empire.